I totally forgot the Slim Jim and piece of cheese I was supposed to bring, by the way. I was very intent on bringing that and totally forgot in typical Stoner's fashion.
Oh,
so
no.
I was already making another left turn out, and I was like, I'm not, I can't. It's like Wilson floating away. It's like, love ya. I'm not dying for you.
That's a great. I actually watched that not long, like probably within the week. Yeah. Castaway. That's such a good movie. And, and it's one of those that literally every time I watch it, it does bring me to tears at the end. Because and the reason, especially as I get older, I always tear up right about the time where most people would normally tear up. The scene where he's talking to his wife.
She got a new husband, right?
Yeah, she's got a new husband, and it almost looks like they're about to reconcile. She kisses him, and they embrace, and look like they're going to be together. And then they sit there in the car for a second, and kind of both have that realization of like, you can't just leave. And it always just makes me tear up because I'm just like, I feel that heartbreak for him of the fact of I want her so much, but I also respect and understand that she can't just leave this life. She has a child. She has a husband. Like I can't just expect her to forget all that for me. And so it always just makes me tear up because I'm just like I can understand that heartbreak because it's almost like it's not her fault, it's not my fault. Like it literally is just a mutual thing. I cannot blame you for moving on. I was gone for 4 years and presumed dead for most of that time. I mean, let's be honest. Like we've seen stuff where plane crashes. I mean,
give it a year and they're presumed dead.
Yeah, honestly.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah. And so that's the way I look at it. Like, you can't fault her for having had moved on. Like, and that's the other part that kind of makes you tear up is the fact that it's literally no one's fault, and it's just it feels so bad for him because it's like you almost wish he could have at least had that anger moment, but it's like you can't even get mad at her because. What were you supposed to expect her to spend the rest of her life, waiting a widow?
20 years, hoping he gets back.
Exactly. Like, you can't expect that of her. And so it's just one of those things where you can't get mad at her. But you almost want to because, especially watching the movie, you're rooting for him to get off that island and get back to her, hopefully. You know what I mean? But
That's what he's hoping for, too.
And you never... The way they did the movie was perfect because they never have, like, cuts to her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You just see what he would think.
Exactly. Like, you have no idea what she's doing. And so just
You kind of assume she's waiting for him, too.
Well, I was going to say, just like him, you follow him... And so you have that same kind of hope of like, yeah, she's waiting for him. But then once you get to that point in the movie, you have that same realization that he does, that it's like, I was gone 4.5 years. Like, there's no reason she should have not believed I was dead. Like, in fact, I assumed I was going to die. Like, he even admits that when he's talking to his friend, like, after him and her split ways. I mean, what
a deflating thing.
Well, and basically that's kind of what he said. Talk to his friend, was just like, how it was, and that's kind of what he came to, was that it was just really deflating. But we both kind of made the.
It makes sense though.
Made sense, and he's just like, for me, he's like, I understood that I was probably going to die on that island. He's like, he even says, I remember he says in the movie, he's like, it's just a matter of I get sick or I get a cut that gets infected. And he's like. Or, a storm comes away. It comes and, washes me away or something. Basically he had accepted he was probably going to die on that island. And so it makes it even more that he can't blame her for assuming he died. You know what I mean? Because it's like even he was already assuming that, like, I'm not making it off this island.
He was on the plane to crash.
Exactly, yeah. Like, and no one else survived. Like, you got to realize, chances are, even if they happen to have found the other bodies, they're probably assuming that I'm floating dead somewhere as well. But More than likely, they probably didn't find those. I mean, he has one that washes up on shore with him. But even still, I mean, any rational person would have to think, yeah, they might find the wreckage, but even still, it's the freaking ocean, and it might have sunk.
There's no telling what's in the ocean.
Hundreds